Welcome back to the Tactile tutorial series. I am Danceray, and let's get into it. This is episode 2, where I'm going to be covering how to, we're going to build ourselves a small cast of characters, and we're going to make some classes, and probably some weapons, some items, and I think we can probably fit in building a little chapter, just based on the chapter data. We're not going to invent anything. This is not an inventing chapter. And if I have some extra time, we can import a tileset as well. So, I mean, because we have the effects in the package, we have all these default things. And I don't really want to deal with, removing all these one by one. Like, yeah, I want to remove Abelia, but it one by one, that's a lot of time. So, the little thing that I like to do is I actually open up the projects folder. And we're going to go into folder itself, go into the content folder, and go into data. Now, you need to have like what's it called? Some sort of text editing program. I use Notepad++ personally. Yeah. So, open up that actor data, Notepad++. Ignore everything on this screen. It's not relevant at all. Sure. I don't know what that even is. And we're going to grab the top part specifically only. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to go to the bottom at the very end, and we're going to paste that right there, and then cut that, paste it, boom. Now we only have one actor. Don't save the actor data. Reload it, bang, all we got is one person. So I'm going to do that with the, we can do it with the classes. No reason, actually I'm not going to do it with the classes. The actors and the supports are probably the only ones that make sense to do this with. Yeah, so let's just do it with the sports as well. I don't know what this even is. I don't know the half of the things I even have. So we're going to open that up with that. We're going to keep the first entry only. Bottom, boom, 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 save it, bada bink, bada boom. It's empty. Cool, we can keep our generics. And so yeah, so we also have the cast, so we have a new person. Their name's gonna be Feldro. I don't know. No, it's gonna be Brock. Brock's gonna be an armor knight. Let's go with our default here. A lieutenant. Sure. His affinity's Earth. We're not gonna mess with bases right now. Lieutenant uses lances. Let's make him a sea and lances. And let's give him a, I don't know, an Iron Lance. Cool, whatever. Let's go and add our second character. Misty. You can be, I don't know, a mage. We can switch the gender here. So now we know that Misty is a female mage. We'll utilize that one. Water affinity. She's gonna be using wind magic, I guess. And thunder magic, sure. And she'll come with wind and a vulnerary. Sure, why not? And let's add our third guy. And Surge can be a mercenary. Thunder affinity. Sea and swords. You do have to know what these numbers are just by default. I mean, you could just go up until it switches to the next letter, but I know what they are. Just so I'm speeding through it with an old killing edge. Let's make him a mercenary 2. We'll explain what this is. What this does later. So, fourth we have Erica. She can be a cleric. No, a troubadour. Sure. And wind affinity for her. 51, so you can do like halves. You don't have to be full weapon level. So this is halfway in between D. This is a D plus, quote unquote. And we'll give her a men's staff, sure. Okay, we have Koga. Hope this is really obvious what I'm doing, but if it's not, these are just the gym leaders from Langrisser. Yeah, so Koga's gonna be using poison swords. Let's give him 2 poison swords because he's crazy. And let's give him a lockpick. Why not? And Fendi was gonna be dark. Does that make sense? Yeah, sure. And we have our 6th person. Let's go with Sabrina. She can be a diviner. We can have a female diviner, why not? Light affinity. And shine. This should all be, you know, pretty easy to understand what I'm doing. Got Blaine. Blaine is a gendarme. Vanguard, sure. Give me a flame lance. And let's make him a B rank so we can wield that flame lance. And Giovanni. We will have him be a brigand. I don't know. And give me a killer axe, sure. So we have our little cast of 8 characters. Yeah, we can save the actor data. Now let's make ourselves the little supports. Because why not? So we have Brock Misty. Boom. We don't need any of this currently, but we can cover this. So let's say field conversation is Brock, Misty, C. Copy and paste that. B, and then A. Keep in mind, you actually don't need to have all 3 supports for someone. So if you want to have that they can only get a C, you set that to -1, and they will never go past the C support. So if you want to have someone that they can't get higher than a certain support level with someone, you can do that. And then we can, of course, auto-add that support in for Brock and Misty. And go into our text editor, go into the supports tab, ignore all of this. In fact, I'm just going to delete it right now because we don't need any of it. And we're going to add Brock, Misty, C. We'll go into text editing later. This is just going to be a quick and dirty. I don't want the auto lines on. I hate that. Boom. Ba-bing. We have a support written. You don't actually have to have it written, but... So yeah, we'll save that. So now we can go into the classes. I know I touched on this last time, so let's go into what actually these growths and such are going to be affecting. So let's go into a T1 class, Myrmidon. So these are going to be what stats they have at base. Now, with the default setup, a level 1 Myrmidon actually has 10 levels built in with these growths. So I can show you that. Actually, we need a map. Okay. So with the map editor, and let's make a map. We'll call it Chapter 1. And I'll just use the good old field tile set. Make a quick little map. The map editor works exactly the same as pretty much any map editor that you've ever used. Let's just throw a castle here and I don't know, some cliffs, some grass, forests, This is not a mapping tutorial, so don't ask for that right now. Some mountains. Oh, whoa. Yeah, some mountains over here, and a village, a house, a fort, a shop, an armory, and sure, let's throw in an arena, why not? And some water. I'll clean this map up later, I just don't feel like doing it right now. And bridge to get across the water. And that is, that covers pretty much everything. Oh, let's throw in a snag. Okay. So there, we made our map. Got a new nifty map, it's so beautiful. So, in the chapters, so we actually want to test this out. We're gonna add our chapter. By default, it's going to just load up a chapter 1. So we'll just call it Brock and Misty. Why not? World map location, don't worry about this, because as of now we have this world map, and we're not going to be using that. So, our lord's going to be Brock. Battalion's never gonna, it's just always gonna be 0 unless you're using multiple battalions. In that case it would use the battalion that you're using. So our text ID is gonna be chapter 1, our event intro ID is gonna be chapter 1 intro. Again, we're not gonna do the events right now, I'm just gonna sort of set up the chapter. So our turn theme is gonna be Pewter City, which I will show you how to add in. And our battle theme will be I don't know, I'll set something up. Enemy team's theme will be Cerulean City. How do you spell Cerulean? What? That's definitely wrong. Whatever, not important. We're not gonna bother with, let's make it unranked for now. And Brock's level 1, and he's the only guy there. And he doesn't have any gold to start off with. Sure. So let's now look at the items tab. Let's make ourselves a new item. Let's say I don't want, I want to make a new item, new sword. So let's go to ID 25 because it's open, and we'll call this sword. Wait, no, Brock's using lances. Right. So we'll go with we'll call it Stone Lance. No, we'll call it Geodude. Alright, and it's gonna be, I don't know, none of these numbers really mean anything. Sure, it's a lance, it's his lance. This is so you're not gonna see anything. It's gonna say PRF, and let's lock it to Brock. And it's effective against, mages, watch out Misty. Brock's trusty Geodude. That's, yeah, sure. It's got 30 uses, why not? And it's 20 per, why not? So skills, let's give him Vantage. So Vantage is skill number 5. So in order to add that onto the weapon itself, you just throw in a 5. And now this weapon has Vantage built into it. It can poison, if you want. It can remove poison, if you want. You can lock it to classes, and you can lock it to types as well. And, sure, that's cool. Oh wait, no. We still need it. We need an icon. So we'll just call it, Pokemon, and we'll... I'll show you how to import this in a second. And it's just gonna be a next icon 0. Alright. And I don't really have any items I want to load up, but let's just make a new one. You can right click and copy stuff. I don't know if I said that before. Set in a burn heal, because that's what that man has in Gen 1. There's a lot of burn heals. Heals burns. And heals burns. It's one use. It's 350 Pokédollars? I don't remember. Excuse me. We have 5, and it will... Now, for it to actually mean something, we need to actually add the skill, the status effect. So let's add a status effect. So we can just... status effect 9. It'll be called Burn. Description: Youch. I'm burned. My attack stack is not cut in half. Contrary to popular belief. But my base might is instead. Yes, this is some Pokemon trivia. Burn does not cut your attack stat in half. It cuts the base stat of your attack in half, if it's a physical attack. So this is a negative status effect. It does a little bit of damage. Let's say it does 6% damage. Now let's make it 12%, 15%. How much is poison doing? Oh, that's 600%. I'm so dumb. Don't do that. Let's make it 12%, just like old times. And it lasts for... In fact, it just lasts forever. It's a -1, so that means it'll never go away. And we don't have a skill it's applied to at the moment, but when you are burned, you will... Yeah, I'm sorry. Right. I need to increase this so I can actually see it. You will show up a little bit reddish. Bang. And doesn't do any of these things. At base, it's not going to do this. That needs to be skill defined, which we will cover later on. And yeah, so that's that. And Misty's gonna be wielding fire, which can cause burns. Wait, she does. Right. Yeah, there we go. Let's give her fire, and let's give her a fire weapon level. Cool. That's that. We've built our chapter. Okay. So, we want to actually start the unit editor, is the next thing. So we're going to run that, kind of compile everything that we've just done. Why did it load that? And we're going to open up chapter 1. For our unit data file name, we're going to pick chapter 1. We don't have a source, because we haven't made anything yet. And boom, there's our map. Isn't it beautiful? Now by default, you have 2 tiles of dead space, the border, and Tactile. I will show you how to change this again later. So we have Brock. Bang, there he is. And we have Misty over here. Boom, there she is. Let's give her her identifier. Let's give him his identifier. This is for events purposes. It makes things a lot easier. But Miss is on the wrong team, so now she's an enemy. Now, you can't playtest this because there's no events, so it doesn't know what to do with it. So let's add some generics. Sure. All right. Brock's gonna be over here. Sure. Fantastic. Okay. So we have our guy. Oh, but let's actually make generics. So we'll have pewter generics. We'll have cerulean, which I can't spell. I'm just gonna Google it. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. That's gonna bother me. And cerulean Gym trainers. Gym trainers. Okay, cool. And let's see. Yes, let's save that. Yes, you can do this while this unit editor is running. It's just not going to apply any of these changes at the moment. Is that all I want to do for this? I think it is. Okay. So when we reload it, now it's actually going to show it has a source file because we built chapter 1 already. And now I can change. So now this guy's on the Cerulean team. Ba-boom. Okay. So we built ourselves a little basic chapter. It doesn't do anything yet because, like I said, there are no events. But it is set up. So now let's work on importing. So we wanted to import some music. Pewter City. So let me go grab that. Yeah. We're going to... Actually, we have to open these in Audacity because MP3 files are actually not what Tactile uses. It actually uses .oggs, so we can export it as an OGG with Audacity. I gotta put in the right document. I have so many. Save right in there. Boom. So now that we have everything, we don't need the MP3 versions. We want the OGG versions in order to actually add them to the program, to the project. All I do is drag and drop. Boom. You want to have all your music stuff in the BGM folder. And if you want to know if it's working, you can go into the config. Let's change the name to Gym Battle, and we can hear the preview. It's working, see? Boom. So now we can go into our chapter. No, save that. Chapter 1, it's actually going to be Viridian City. Okay. And we're going to use the wild battle, I guess. The player turn. And we're going to use a trainer battle. For the enemy theme, sure, well off, but again, without any events, it's not going to do anything. So let's just go to the event editor. I'm not going to build anything. I'm just going to do a quick and dirty. Complete chapter. Chapter 1. Boom. It's going to make your entire basic chapter stuff, but we only care about this because we're testing. Now, remember what I said in the other episode about debug testing events? It'll show up. I'm not going to bother with it right now. We don't want any of this. All we want to do is just make sure this thing works properly. So we're gonna. The boss is Misty, and she's gonna be using the gym battle theme. And we don't want this checkpoint. Remove that. And Brock is our team leader. Enemy is Misty. Misty the boss. Pewter City versus Cerulean City. Yep. Cool. That's all we need for a basic chapter. Save that. Hit up the old unit editor again. I don't know why it keeps wanting to do that. And now we should be able to run the unit editor, and it should not crash. Fingers crossed, unless I forgot something. Boom. And we're in. We got the Viridian City theme going. We got our Cerulean guy, and we got Misty over here. Brock with his terrible stats versus Myrmidon, who will probably rip him apart. That's not the point. We don't want Misty to attack us, and let's... Boom. See? See? Fun. Look at that. Let's take this guy out. The victory theme's going off. So let's deal with Misty. Well, because we have testing purposes, let's give him a javelin so we can actually counterattack her. You can see that it says 43 out of 20, but it'll fix itself. So Misty will come and attack us. And now I see Brock is burned. Because he's, see how he's flashing? Misty's beating us down. Oh man. And now he dies. Now the thing is, the reason it just crashed is because it doesn't know what to do. Because you'll have no enemy, you'll have no player units. It's a soft crash. But that wasn't. I kind of forgot that was gonna happen. I can explaining what that was is a lot of stuff. It's probably something better for the next video. But that is our basic chapter. It does run. It does work. Let's get Brock some stats though. Let's give him some defense, yeah. And some constitution, please. High speed. Strength. Some more health, sure. Let's give him that. Decent stat. Misty's gonna have boom, sure, great, awesome. Let's run that again. And this time around, Brock should have a better time. Oh yeah, that's better. And here comes Misty. Takes a little bit of damage because he is indeed burned. And you can see from here that it is indeed not ever going to go away. Anyway, so... oh yeah, sees the throne. So that's our basic little chapter. It's pretty simple. Nothing crazy happened. And honestly I don't think that was difficult to follow, hopefully not. But that's gonna be it for this episode. On the next episode, I think we're gonna go into. I think I have to go into events at this point. No. Where is it? Yeah, I think I have to go into events just because it's like necessary at this point. So, yeah, we'll go into events next episode, and yeah, I'll see you then. Leave a comment for questions or concerns, or if you want to leave a comment, I can't stop you. Goodbye.